So I have a problem that I think only 3D printing can solve, at least for this situation. I have this cheap vacuum cleaner, and its only job is to clean dog hair and that kind of stuff up. The problem is, this is the only vacuum I really have in the house because most of my floors are hardwood floors, and we have a Roomba that takes care of the rest of the house. But I need to deal with the dryer. The dryer is below grade, which means to exhaust all the stuff, it needs to go up and then out. That's a problem because it gets lint, it gets dirty, and the clean air vent thing goes on constantly, and I need to use this to clean that out. This doesn't work so well, but luckily, this goes out, and we're stuck with this little suck hole. I also bought this thing, which attaches to a typical like wand on a vacuum, and it would go on there like that, and then you stick this end down into the dryer, it sucks out all the lint, and then it's clean and goes into the vacuum. The problem is there's no hose, they don't attach. So I need to make some type of converter that goes from this to this, and 3D printing is going to do it. Let's jump over into Onshape. Real quick, before we go into that, I need to get some dimensions. So basically I'm going to take my digital caliper here and measure the diameter of this circle on the outside. What it's telling me, it's 1.2 inches, not a big deal. And then I need to take a corresponding measurement for the other one to see what the size difference is here. So for this, we're going to be using this side of it. This measures inside diameter or outside diameters. This one measures inside diameter. So all we're going to do is take that, put it in there, and kind of, it's stretchy, so it's going to move a little bit. I actually want it to be a little bigger than what it says, and that's 1.36. So it's not a lot. It's like 0.16 inches difference, but it's enough that these don't fit together, and obviously it's a hole and a hole, so they don't line up anyway. So we got to fix that. Let's go to Onshape now. All right, so all we're going to do here is we're going to start off on the top view, make a sketch, and we're going to make a circle that's the original size for what we're considering the bottom one. It's going to be 1.2. Again, I don't really know what this is going to be or what's going to work with this or not. And then we'll extrude this bad boy up maybe just an inch or so. It doesn't really need to be much. So that's fine. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a plane that's going to be a little bit away from this. So we're going to go to plane, click on that, and it's going to be an offset plane. And let's say we want to make it a 1/2 inch. Then we can go back to sketch and sketch on top of that plane. We'll rotate back over to top view, hit C for circle, and that's going to be 1.36. That looks great. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go to loft. I can loft between these two spots, and you can see it will grow the diameter. I'll hit my green check and now have this kind of bowing out. And the last thing I need to do is sketch on here, and we're going to finish that sketch because we don't need to draw anything. It's already a circle. I'm going to extrude that up an inch. So if I turn off all of my planes and get all of that stuff hidden, you can see it's a really quick, simple sketch. Now, what I could do is I could have this taper start off slow and taper out, same with this one, so we get a nice tight fit. I'm not really worried about that. The last thing I'm going to do is shell these, which is going to remove all the insides, and then I'm going to pop holes in there. I don't necessarily have to do this. I could do it in vase mode if I wanted to, where it's just one wall thick and prints up, but I don't think that's where I want to be with this. I think I'm going to hollow it out because I want it to be a little bit thicker, a little bit beefier than what it would be otherwise. So we'll get that shell done, and then we'll be in good shape. We're going to do it 1/8 of an inch. We'll select that, and then we'll select that, and should go through and removes the entirety of that for us, so we don't have to do any work. And then we just need to export this and bring it into Bambu Lab, and we should be good. So there we have the dryer adapter. I'm just going to hit F for face and flip it around so it's printing the large side first, but that's about as complicated as I need to make this thing. Looking over at the sides here, as far as strength goes, I don't really care about any of this. I'm going to change the infill just to be 10% because it doesn't really matter. We'll leave it as grid because it doesn't really matter either. We're not looking for something beautiful. We're looking for something that just works. So we'll slice that up. It's going to be an hour print, and I could make that faster if I wanted to by changing some settings, but I'm not going to. And then we're just going to print it out in, let's say, white, and we'll send it over to the printer. And in an hour's time, we'll have an adapter that hopefully solves our problem. So here's our little part. It's nothing special. It does exactly what I needed to do. But if we take a look, we have the small end. It goes right in there, pops right in, no problem. Then we take this, it goes over, shoves in, and then we have this contraption, a totally wheelless, just ridiculous thing that works. Now you saw it fell off there, but I'm going to be there this whole time just holding it on there. I'm just pulling on this right now, which is why it's coming off, but it works and does everything I needed to do. I've tested it out. It works wonderfully. And it's only possible because of 3D printing and knowing how to use some CAD software, which is not that big a deal. So 3D printing, fantastic. Dumb problem. Super easy solution. And I'm glad I have access to a printer to solve that problem. Let me know what questions you have, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.